Hello everybody, how are you? I am Yolanda, aka a creative mommy of two, and today we are going to make some chocolates. We're going to make two different variations, one with Nutella and one with jam. Both are the same bases, they are all both with whipped cream base. So the base I'm going to make one batch, separate them in two, and then just make two different fillings of them. So I have already molten my chocolate. I'm gonna do it here so that you don't have to watch endlessly for it. I still have a big piece in here because I had this cool down, because you can cool it off and heat it up again. But that makes it is a real big chunk. But that's okay, because we are going to temper it, which means warm chocolate is going to be cooled down within how I do it, some new chocolates. And we're now just gonna stir this through here so it cools off a bit. There are more ways to temper chocolate. I'm pretty sure if you look at how to temper chocolate on YouTube, there are people that are way better in explaining this than I am. This is the way that I prefer. You can also use, I think it's more like a marble slab where you just keep it, well, flowing around, I can better say, so it cools down. But for me, I have always troubles getting it back into my pot again. As you can see, I have here already a mold. I use I think it's a polycarbonate mold. I'm not sure if it's in English the same term as in Dutch, but at least they are the hard plastic kind. But you can also use like the more average silicone molds. But because I am going to make cups out of them and not like a full covered chocolate, I prefer these because I can get them out easier. It can be still quite a pain in the behind to get them out, but that's because I treated my molds wrong at the beginning that I had them. I just washed them with soapy water, like dish water, but you can only use regular hot water to clean them. And after that you need to clean them or air dry them, or with, what is it, those cotton balls, I guess. I don't know for sure how you call them, but I hope you know what I mean. Let's see if it's better in temperature. It has to cool a bit more. So I'm just gonna put all of it in. It is quite a lot of work to temper the chocolate, but yeah, it is better for it, because when you temper them, they are when they cool down, they get a bit harder. So they aren't like the really soft chocolates that before you even hold it, if you get them from the plate to your mouth, they are already sticking to your fingers. And now they have a little bit of better of a snap when you bite into them. So that's always nice to have that, well, that chocolate crunch, I can better say. It's not really crunchy or anything, because yeah, it's just chocolate, but it's the same as with a chocolate bar. You want to have it like a good texture and not just be molten before you even can eat it. But it can be quite the pain in the behind. So that's why I already did half of it off camera, so it is a little less of a time. Let's see. It still needs to cool a little bit. I'm sorry, that's the baby monitor. It sometimes is beeping that it has no signal, but when you look at it, it says it has full signal. So I have no clue what it is, but well, it happens. I think it will be good enough now. Good enough for me to use. Yeah, I have chocolate on this spoon because I already made some, so that's a lot easier. I can just switch from one batch to the other without constantly having to stop and wait like an hour or anything. So let's see, can you see full of it? Yeah. I'm just gonna pour this in. Probably if you are a chocolatier and you know how to make this, you're thinking like, what the hell is she doing? But this is just the way I like to do it. And yeah, I'm not a professional in anything. I'm just enjoying it. So yeah. There are lots and lots of people that do stuff better than me. But I still enjoy doing it. And that's the most important part. But I think that is with kind of like everything. You just need to enjoy it, even if there are people that are better at it than you. And I know for at least the stuff I do, most people are better at it than I am, so. But yeah, I don't mind. I just like to enjoy myself. Well, make sure I have everything covered. This spoon out of the way again. And I'm gonna tap it. This way I can release some of the air bubbles. It probably will not be all, but hey. Let's see if this works today. I'm trying to put it back in here. Now I'm gonna turn it and hopes you can see it as well. No, I don't think. I'm trying to, but you see, I have my scraper here. Normally I use a stainless steel one, but I couldn't find it, so I'm going with this one. This will do for now. This catches at least the most part of it. This out of the way. And again, my earlier used paper. And I'm going to flip them over. Because we don't want to have solid chocolate forms, because they're not that deep, but they're okay. And they need to be filled, so you have to have space for that. I can also just pipe it on top, but yeah, that doesn't look right. So gonna get chocolate everywhere, at least I do, because I'm prone to make messes. I'm probably just a messy person, but I don't care. Now I have just nice covered ones. And I'm going to flip them over on a, I think it's just a baking rack, or however you want to call it. But it works for me. I'm going to wash my hands, so mind the noise. I'm just going to put this to the sides. And I'm going to show you what I usually do with my leftover chocolate. I grab a sheet of baking paper. And I forgot to get something, so I'm just going to walk around my kitchen block. So, I get my disco dips. Blue and pink, because, well, I have a boy and I have a girl. This is because where I have this huge pot of it, because I used it to decorate cupcakes for when my daughter was born. So yeah, I have a huge jar of those. And I still like to use them for this kind of stuff. Well, I never used them before for this mold, so I am going to try that. But first I'm going to pour some in a little bowl, because otherwise, again, I am going to make a mess. This spoon. This I didn't do before, so I'm just going to try in a few to just put some in, and I hope that when I unmold these, they will show. But that's always the question when you try something new. So, that'll do for now. Now grab another spoon again. Let's use this one. So, I still have here my chocolate. And I'm going to put some in here. Hopefully, when I get it out of the mold, it still has some of those sprinkles on top. At least, I hope. That's at least the plan. These ones I'm not going to tap down, because I think otherwise, I know myself, I will ruin the shape. I'm trying to cover it on every side, but that probably will not work as well as I hope. But we will see. So technically, when you are counting these ones for my leftover chocolate, we are actually going to make 3 kinds of chocolates today. Not 2, but 3. So we have a bonus one. And the ones with the Nutella I never even made before myself. The ones with the jam or confiture or jelly, of however you want to call it, those I actually made before, and at least the people say that it tastes really nice. So, or it tastes really nice, or people are just saying it because I made them. That's always the question. But yeah. Again, I at least like to make them. And I enjoy also to eat them, so if not for somebody else, at least I enjoy them. Yeah, and my husband does too. So, create some space. And just let them cool down. So they set a bit. Once they are cool enough, I can put them in the fridge if I like. Now, what I usually do is I am just going to pile some chocolate up. It's fun when they are nice and round, but most of the time that just won't happen. But let's see how it will turn out. I see now that I forgot to put something underneath, like a baking tray or however you want to call those racks you also can put in the oven. That makes it easier for when it goes into the fridge to cool down completely. You can let it cool down out of the fridge, but I just think it is easier this way. To let them just set for a bit and then put them into the fridge. And I always just hope they are going to work along with me. Today I just used the milk chocolate, but you can use every chocolate you like. But this is just what I had. I didn't have any milk. Hear me say it. I didn't have any dark chocolate or white. So I just used this one because I like to make things with things I got in my pantry. So that it's like I don't always have to go to the store just to make something I enjoy eating. In case you did not see my cookies that I made before, they are also with kind of almost all the stuff that I most regularly at least have in my pantry. So I can use it or to clear my pantry and make some space or anything, or just if I have something like a sweet craving, I can just make them because I kind of almost have almost all the time I have them. I seriously keep stumbling over my own tongue. Trying to make them a little bit round, but that doesn't always work along with me. But it's okay if they aren't round and if they aren't perfectly the same size. Okay, that made just a big mess. But hey, that's okay. Again, people can see that I made them myself. So they doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, put this to the side. The chocolate I just The chocolate I just shake out of the mold, I will do this one with also, but yeah, that's easier. I'm now going to just cover them in the sprinkles. You can also use just the regular disco dip or even chopped up nuts or whatever you want to use that you can sprinkle on top of them. And like this, you can also use them for treats when people come to a baby shower or something. Or if they are available, white ones, you can even use them on weddings or something like that. So you can use them also as simple homemade little treats that also aren't that expensive, because you can use like all the chocolates you want or you even have. And yeah, the disco dip isn't that expensive either. I believe what I paid for this large pot that has, what is it, 800 grams of them, so it's quite a lot. I paid, I believe, 10 euro? Maybe if it was extreme 20, but you can do a lot of it. Because, yeah, most of it I used for the cupcakes I said, and the jar was almost half full still. So, yeah. And I know a lot of them are going around. And a lot of them are going on the ground. That's a little more difficult, sorry, not different, difficult. But the rest, I'm just gonna put up the corners. I'm going to shake it around a bit. Okay, this is a lot easier when you still have a sheet or a baking tray or anything underneath. Okay, as you see, they run out a bit, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more on them, because when they are cooled down and they are hard, you can also just put the leftovers in a pot back. But I like it when the sides are also a bit covered. But most of the times it's not that bad as this. But hey, it's no problem. You can eat them either way. If they're messy or not, they're still edible. So now I'm going to move some stuff here to over here and these off to the sides. So as I said before, I already made another batch. So they are out of my fridge and here they are. I seriously hope you can see all that I'm doing. Let's see. That's better, I hope. I'm sorry if you didn't see it, and well, so sorry for that. I most of the time just crack it a bit. Hopefully I don't have to bang it too hard. So here it goes. Let me get a plate. Put it off camera a bit. I'm gonna stand here a bit so you can see what I am doing. Oh, sometimes they just fall out. Whoa! They're gonna go quick today. That's great. You can see some that... Oh! Never had that before. You can just take them out. It's easy and nice for a change. Sometimes I really need to bang this mold on my countertop. And sometimes they do break a little. Oh, it's only on the outside. Oh, that's fun. There you are. That was easy. So now I am going to make my filling. I'm going to do that off camera because sorry, needed to wash my hands. I'm going to do that off camera because otherwise this will be a very, very long clip. It might be that when I am editing this, I made a decision to put some stuff in time lapses because it otherwise might be a clip of like half an hour with like 20 minutes just doing the same thing. So that would be boring. So I'm trying not to bore you too much. So I'm going to make my fillings and then at least the base of my filling, and then I am back. So be right back. So, and now I am back. And I obviously forgot spoons again. This one and this one. As you can see, I whipped up some whipped cream. And now I'm going to put some jam. I use strawberry because that's the kind my daughter likes the best. So that's the one we have in our house. I'm trying not to use too much because I don't have too much. With this whipped cream I also put in some stiffener. I don't know if you have it where you are from, but here in the Netherlands we have it. It's called Klopfix. And you just put some in when you whip up your whipped cream. Now I put in some jam and I'm just going to mix it. And my cat is hunting at her shadow again. Let's try if this is enough. Just a tiny bit. I'm trying to avoid the big pieces because I need to pipe them into the cups, so I don't want like this big of a chunk of strawberry in them. And in true me fashion, I'm making a big mess. With this one, luckily I'm in my kitchen so I can get the spoons whenever I need them, which is quite a lot. I am using this piping tip, so when they are bigger pieces they are not completely stuck there. And I am using a reusable piping bag today because I can't find my other ones. And it's even eco-friendlier, so that's a win. But in my personal opinion, I love to use them, but with some stuff, especially with colorings, it can be quite the pain in the behind to get it out. I had like one piping bag that is still pink after, what, 3 years ago I used the red food coloring, so yeah. I am getting my cups ready now. I thought I made way too much, but I think that's okay, the amount I have. And I'm just going to put some in. And you can make the top as high or as low as you want. It's just, again, what you like. You can also make just a big tower. Nope. And that's my baby monitor again. And I think I have to make more after this. I'm going to wash out my bag. And then we are making the ones with Nutella. So be right back. So now that is washed, I can start the other batch. Nice amount of Nutella. I'll see in a bit if I need more. Okay. Need to do it a bit more like this. Tastes good. Making a mess again. That's something I am really good at, making messes, as you probably saw by now. So I'm going to get my piping bag again, and for this one I am using a smaller tip because as it's Nutella, there are no big chunks in it. This out of the way, and we're getting this bowl again. Yeah, there it is. So again, just nicely filling it. And by the looks of it, I might over whisk it just a bit. That's the problem if you need to pre-whisk it and then whisk it again. Might be that I put some pictures in of the ones that got out better, because as you saw, I still have a batch. Let's see this one. These are good enough to get out. Going to put this ones aside now. Let's see. These are the ones we made today. Yeah, they don't look that great. I hope they taste great. But yeah, we'll see. I still have a lot of them, so I can make new ones. So I will put in pictures about now if I need to make new ones. Well, when I made the new ones, I am going to make some because I still have some cups left. And with the other pieces, they are hard enough now, so I can... Okay, they're not all hard enough, so... Yeah, I'm going to let them harden a little bit more. Because, as you saw, some get right off and some don't. But... Whoop. Whoa! Way too much glare. Might be able to get this one off. Yeah. Let's see, where am I? Here we go. Some nice covered chocolates. To recap, we just made these Nutella and jam filled cups. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of them and if you like to see more of me making chocolates. I do also have a recipe of ones with a marshmallow filling. These are also really good. A little bit more difficult to make, but still very, very nice. I hope you enjoyed it and I see you next time. Bye!